Yo, what's up everybody? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And holy shit, when I was at work yesterday and when I saw Call of Duty was trending and I saw Ninja trending, I thought it was our blue-haired friend that just absolutely loves to stream battle royales or whatnot. I was completely wrong, and the next thing you know, Sledgehammer drops a bomb that they brought back Ninja, and then some more things. That just really shows how well Sledgehammer has actually been taking in the feedback and not just listening, because listening is only half the battle. They've been implementing the things that we requested, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to go out and say it now. This alone, in terms of the listening of the feedback that we've been asking since beta, and actually addressing and implementing those things like they should, automatically not only gets me hyped for the game in terms of, especially with the changes that they made, which I'm gonna go into here in specific detail in a minute, but there's also the fact that, like, it could be a very solid year for Call of Duty if Sledgehammer Games maintains this kind of attitude with the community. They say that they will, but again, so far they've been proving it, but again, we will find out in due time. And I, for one, am excited, and it's going to make the game that much better. This game actually has the potential to literally be what Modern Warfare 2019 wasn't. And, like, in terms of Modern Warfare 2019, it accomplished a lot and it did a lot of great things, but at the same time, for a lot of players like myself, especially the players that like to move around, right, it basically it just never addressed a few things that we wanted addressed that could have changed the game for the better for us. And that was a huge problem for a major part of the community. So this game pretty much eliminates those problems. So let's get right into it, because there's a lot of things to discuss, and I don't want to go over time in this video because, quite frankly, it's long enough as it is. So let's get into it. So multiplayer. Our goal coming out with the Vanguard beta was to give players a faster, smoother gameplay experience at launch. To achieve that, we reduced weapon swap pickup animation speeds that are bringing in new movement perks. We've also added Ninja, which allows you to have silent footsteps at all times. Big changes have been made to our audio mix across the board, such as increasing footstep sounds, reducing the announcer frequency, and much more. We've improved the performance of Vanguard across all platforms and fixed glitches resulting in pixelation and lighting issues, and graphical corruption in some players experienced in the beta. We've also squashed some pesky bugs that caused spawn issues in patrol mode. So far all this obviously sounds good. So let's go right into the next part of it here, visibility. Distortion effects were removed from muzzle flash and reduced smoke emitted when firing a weapon. 2. Completed a pass on muzzle flash placement and coverage when aiming down sights. 3. Visual effect environment ambient placement for better sightlines. 4. Remove the droplets of water that got all up in your face when it rains. 5. Various bugs have been fixed, including a bug where certain optics would stop enemy and friendly HUD icons from displaying while ADSing. Let's see, what do we hear? On 6, we've fixed cases of name tags appearing through destruction. 7, lens flare reduced across all maps. In other words, they nerfed the sun. 8, we will continue to refine VFX lighting and UI to launch and monitor player feedback surrounding the various topics of visibility. I actually believe them when they say this. Audio. 1. Audio received a complete mix and content overhaul to address community feedback from the public beta, including more audible footsteps, player and non-player weapons, and map environment content. 2. Footsteps are silent when players ADS, crouch walk, or have a perk /field upgrade equipped with which silences movement. 3. Fixed a bug that causes shots after the first shot to be too quiet. 4. Operator quips occur less frequently. 5. Ask Butcher to chill out. VO lines are less frequent. Oh man, I like that. I love it. All right, let's see here. Now we move on to spawns. 1. A bug resulting in unpredictable spawns in patrol has been fixed, as well as general tuning of spawn logic globally. This is awesome. 2. We will continue to refine spawn logic over time and improve spawns in matches with higher player counts. This makes me very happy, because I will definitely be trying out the combat pacing. You guys know how I love a really fast-paced game, so if the maps themselves may be too big and not fit in for a proper 6v6, and we know that there's a few that have this problem, especially that big snow map or whatever it was, you can fix it with combat pacing. So, and with improvement of spawns, it's only going to make it better. So I love it. So we're moving on to movement here. 1. Grenades and incendiaries no longer slow movement and speed of players. Yes. 2. A cap has been placed on max suppression effects. 3. Changes have been made to animation times, including weapon swap speeds and throwing of equipment, i.e. gamma bombs can now be thrown more quickly. 4, sprint out times have been sped up and rebalanced. 5, dev tip, Dauntless, a perk that players didn't have access to in the beta, makes players immune to movement reducing effects. I love it. Perfect. All right, now we're going to move on to weapons. Weapons, shotgun lethality has been improved. 2, effective range of most shotguns, SMGs, and pistols have been reduced. SMGs and pistols were overperforming at the range of shotguns were adjusted down due to increased lethality overall. 3, hipfire spread has been adjusted on most guns. 4, trade-offs on barrels, magazines, and stocks have been reduced. 5, ammo types have been rebalanced to include more trade-offs. 6, squash bugs affecting weapon progressions and detailed stats. 7, dev tips, Vanguard's version of smoke grenade works differently than in previous games. You're fully hidden from distant enemies, but can be seen at closer ranges, allowing you to choose the distance between you and the enemy and to hunt them down at close quarter combat builds. I wonder if the pros had anything to do with that in terms of pro feedback. Moving on to the last one. Try setting your mount options to use ADS rather than ADS plus melee. It's not for everyone, but it's a powerful way to become more accurate in an instant while staying out of harm's way. It can be combined with blind fire for some great results. Yeah, I still don't feel good about that, about the whole mounting and mounting while strafing or whatnot, but I guess in due time we'll see. We'll see how that goes and how it actually plays. So, and moving on. Kill streaks and field upgrades. 1, friendly spy planes and counter spy planes will no longer appear overhead. 2, spy planes and counter spy planes move slower and are easier to hit. 3, counter spy planes have a shorter life duration. 4, health has been reduced on spy planes, counter spy planes, and most place field upgrades. 5, death machine and war machine have swapped costs. 6, glide bomb is easier to control. 7, a max timer has been added to the radar jammer and field mic field upgrades. 8, bugs resulting in graphical corruption of the attack dogs have been fixed. No more dognados, sad face. And then perks, low profile has been removed and replaced with ninja. I love it. Like, all of this sounds really good, and the fact that they are, the fact that movement is a big thing, and the fact that they've basically eliminated a lot of the BS that would punish players for moving in some way, shape, or form, is badass. And obviously, in terms of the kill streaks and score streaks, they really just need to have the score streak system. I like the fact that your streaks do reset upon dying, which is good. It's a step in the right direction. It's what it should be. But at the same time, if you're playing an objective-based game, you're not being rewarded whatsoever. So, I mean, it's like people are going to be playing Team Deathmatch in every single playlist. So, I think it's something that Sledgehammer Games needs to implement. But if they don't do that, at least they can make a playlist to where they can call it score streaks or whatnot and do like a little small playlist. And to see how much more players are playing the objective and going for the win like they should be. So, I think that's important, so I guess we'll see if they end up implementing that. I think if we keep on pressing and giving them feedback like, hey, give us score streaks instead of kill streaks, or just keep kill streaks in Team Deathmatch and free-for-all and just give us score streaks in objective-based games. I mean, it sounds pretty simple, but we'll see what they do. And then, of course, they had a little bit of a pre-launch fact over frequently asked questions that I'm going to get into here. Mainly with multiplayer, I'm not really going to touch on zombies or Warzone Battle Royale, because obviously this is I'm a multiplayer guy. This is a multiplayer channel. So now the first question they had was, will spawns, weapons, visibility continue to be tuned after launch as needed? Absolutely. At launch, we'll be paying attention to specifically weapon balance. We have 38 weapons at launch, all different sets of attachments and modifiers. We want to create a fun balance between our weapons and their own strengths and weaknesses. We'll be listening, tuning, and tweaking from the second we go live. I totally believe this. We also will continue to tweak spawn logic for better spawns and monitor the broader conversation around visibility. Hell yes. Visibility and spawns are very, 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 very important. So I'm glad that they're really taking this to heart and they've already made improvements. So this is good. Are more free maps coming after launch? On November 17th, they basically said shipment is coming. Newcomers and veterans alike will be ready to take a fresh take on the map that's entertained people for everybody, blah, blah, blah. How will Vanguard integrate with Warzone? We're not going to do that. Zombies, we're not going to do that. Preload, we're not going to do that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. How will enforcement against potential cheating be handled? So the Ricochet anti-cheat initiative is a multi-phased approach to combat cheating, featuring new server-side tools which monitor analytics to identify cheating, enhance investigation processes to stamp out cheaters, updates to strengthen account security, and more. Ricochet anti-cheats back and anti-cheat security features will launch alongside Call of Duty Vanguard and with the Pacific update coming in Warzone. So will FOB slider be coming to console? Yes. How frequently will playlists be updated? While we can't promise exact cadence, we can say that we plan to update playlists with a higher frequency than previous titles, with focused consideration to community feedback. Hell yes. I mean, Face-Off 6v6 should have been stayed at 3v3 because it's too damn chaotic, for instance, in Cold War, but they never changed that. Just like, you know, Infinity Ward never changed the footstep sounds in Modern Warfare. Let's see, and then how can I make a report, blah, 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 and that's it. That is it, guys. That's just one, and the thing is, there's so much more information. Like, we've gotten, like, a glimpse of, like, all the maps and stuff like that, so I may make a video talking about the maps. I'm actually really excited. There's actually a couple World of War maps that are really good. I believe it's, what is it, Dome and Castle. Thunder raves about how good Castle is, and Nero Cinema has been raving, so I'm like, it must be good. If those guys are raving about it, and they're obviously rushers, so it's like it's got to be good. So for those of you guys that played World at War, what do you guys think about Castle? What do you guys think about Rush? I'm sure there's been some changes made to those maps, obviously, to accommodate the current state of what they're trying to do with Vanguard, which is fine. But ultimately, though, the way I see it is with all the changes that have been implemented and the inclusion of Ninja and stuff like that, no matter what they give us with these maps, they're learnable. I mean, I remember watching Pwn Stars go through hell to learn the maps of Modern Warfare 2019, and the next thing you know, he was doing the same thing he always did. Now, granted, he had to slow his movement and stop whenever his field upgrade of Dead Silence would run out, but this time, you're not limited, you're not forced to stop because you like to move around, so therefore, your enjoyment of the game, if you like moving around, is not going to be interrupted. So you can have a consistency going, so that's awesome. Guys, it is looking good. Vanguard is like, bravo, Sledgehammer. And this got me excited. Now, I know that this stuff is like stuff that we should be getting with every Call of Duty, but over the last couple of years, we haven't been getting it. So it's really good that we're getting that. And this is just the beginning. So overall, during the game's life cycle, this game truly has potential, and it could truly be better than what we got with Modern Warfare 2019 because of the listening and implementing of the player feedback, which is ultimately what it's all about. We've been ignored over the last couple of years, so now it's like, okay, we're not ignored anymore. So for me, I'm excited about that. So let me know what you guys think, and that's all I got for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.